Again, I'll say as I'm Mel Cohen, Mayor of Morganton, and the representatives of WRS, I want to thank you for being here. All the fellow elected officials, State House Representative Hugh Blackwell, friends and guests. On behalf of our Morganton City Council, and they're all here this morning, Larry Wisnett, Alfred Hamer, Forrest Fleming, and John Cantrell. It's a great pleasure to welcome each of you to this long-awaited groundbreaking. Many in this community thought this day would never arrive, right, Charlie? But now that it has, we should take a moment before the shovels strike the ground to say a word of thanks to the many individuals and groups who have worked nearly non-stop for the past 4 years to bring this project to this point. The developers, WRS, they were with us on Highway 181 to disappointment, and they're here hopefully for a lot of cheers. The prospective tenants, and there are many, by the way, that can't be talked about yet, but there are many that they're working with on a day-to-day basis. The city of Morganton, Burke County, state and federal departments that they're having to go through with various situations with this tremendous piece of property. We had to bestow their blessings on this endeavor, as one might realize when you had a plant here that was built in the late 50s. All of those agencies and departments are deserving of our gratitude. This project will mean much to the city and county. The benefits will start with the 250 construction-related jobs. Now, I realize that many of those will be filled only temporarily, and some of those workers will come from outside the city of Morganton and Burke County. But even those temporary workers will need a place to stay. They'll have to buy food, they'll have to buy their clothes, and fuel their vehicles in Burke County. And we expect to work closely with the developers to ensure that local workers are considered for any opening on the construction jobs for the entire complex. Once those temporary workers finish, we will end up with 950 to 1,000 people working in the completed project. This will be a shot in the arm for Morganton and Burke County. This center and those workers will mean more than $60 million in tax base to the county of Burke and the city of Morganton. At today's low city rate, that will equate to more than $250,000 in property taxes. Once the center is fully developed, the commercial enterprises located here are expected to generate conservatively $125 million in annual sales. That will bring sales revenues of over $250,000 to the city of Morganton and $1.2 million to Burke County. All of that might be lost had those involved in this project not moved forward from Highway 181. Finally, I don't have to point out that jobs and new revenues have been in very short supply in Burke County. Nothing's been easy for Morganton and Burke County, nothing. While all of us on the City Council have pushed and pushed for positive economic development in this community, projects have been few, and the competition with towns all over the state of North Carolina and this great country have been enormous. Will this one project solve all of our local economic ills? Of course it won't. A dozen similar developments would not be enough to do that. But this is an important step forward. Progress will come one project at a time, and this is a great place to begin. But the good news doesn't end here. Shortly, a few hundred yards from here, a site will have a retirement complex that will house people that have been dear to this community for over 100 years. So good things are happening in our community. To the developers, to those who will toil here to build this facility, and to those who will work here in the finished buildings, we look forward to the good things that will happen to Burke County and the city of Morganton. And to other developers and those who are dreaming of similar endeavors, we want you to know that the city of Morganton is ready to help in any way we can to make those dreams a reality. All of us working together is the best way to ensure a brighter future for all of Morganton and Burke County. I want to thank you for being here, and I'm going to introduce the three speakers that we have. We have a gentleman who's based in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. WRS has developed 25 Wal-Mart anchored projects in the Southeast, covering more than 6 million square feet of retail space. Joining us today is WRS Representative Art Kepis. Art's focus throughout his career has been on acquisitions, leases, and finances, the nuts and bolts of retail development. As CFO, Vice President, and a partner with WRS Retail Real Estate Investments, Art has been a principal participant in each of the 25 shopping centers developed by WRS. Art graduated law school from the University of Michigan, and our staff and council have been working with WRS, and Bo, who is the project manager who left the scene a few minutes ago, will be continuing to work over the next few years with WRS. At this time, I'd like to ask Art to come up and say a few words.
Good morning. Thank you, Mayor. I'm very excited to be here today. I'm not one of those people that spends a lot of time speaking in front of large groups of people, but you know, we've all been through a real difficult time the last 3 years. It's been hard. A lot of people have lost their jobs. It's been hard for people like us, entrepreneurs, to get new projects done. We all know the lending environment is really difficult, but we're very encouraged because you know, we've got some activity from lenders that's going to allow us to do this project, and we've had a lot of help from the people here in Morganton putting this together. Now, the way a development project works is we come in with some ideas about how we would like to do things, and we meet with the local officials, and they have ideas and rules about how we have to do things, and we kind of have to make those two things fit. And with a lot of assistance from the mayor and the planning commission and Mr. Anderson, I think we've gotten to the point where we have something that is going to work. We've got lots of tenant interest. We've got a number of tenants who aren't in this community, who don't really service this community that are going to be here. I think some of those retailers are recognizing that you know, there really are a lot of people here that they haven't been serving. So I think they're attracted to the stability of Morganton, and that stability is a tribute to all the people that are here and the people that have been involved in this process. So I'd like to give you a brief overview of the process that we're going to go through here. We kind of have this project divided into two phases, and I think you've all got a handout here that kind of shows phase one, and basically that's the part we've got ready to go. We've got tenants either signed or identified for these spaces. We've got plans done. Phase two, we've actually have a lot of interest in from a couple of significant retailers. So it may be that phase two happens about the same time phase one does, but we're really excited about that. Again, there aren't many people starting new projects today, and so we have a lot of interest because when dirt starts being moved out here, people will understand that this is really happening. I'd like to give a special thanks to Mr. Anderson, who has been tough on us, making sure that we follow the rules, but he's listened to us and worked with us to try to fit our concepts and ideas into the framework that the city ordinances provide. We'd like to thank the Planning Commission for its work in reviewing the project. Initially, we made some pretty significant changes to the way the project looks as a result of that review process. And finally, we'd like to thank Mayor and the Council for giving us a chance to do this and continuing to work with us. And we look forward to working with this community and creating something that we'll all be proud of. Thanks.
Hugh, you might want to walk toward the podium. You're supposed to have been up here sitting with us, but gentleman that has done a lot of work in Burke County over the last 2.5 years. Hugh Blackwell is a member of the North Carolina House of Representatives, serving District 86, which includes much of Burke County. Hugh has been and continues to be deeply invested in the welfare and future of our community. He has spent countless hours, ladies and gentlemen, saving and helping save NCSD in this community that's been here since before 1900. He took it upon himself to make this one of his most important projects. He's a member of the Board of Trustees for the Western Piedmont Community College and a partner in Mitchell, Blackwell & Mitchell law firm in Valdez. He is an undergraduate member of the UNC Chapel Hill, the only school, and then he went on, unfortunately, to Harvard to get his law degree. Before pursuing his political career in state government, Hugh served as a member of the Burke County School Board and served in the Army Reserves. I give you Hugh Blackwell. The Honorable Hugh Blackwell.
Mel, thank you for that kind introduction. People who are in politics always like to hear that sort of thing said about them. So I guess I came to the right place this morning. This is an exciting day. My wife Ann and I moved to Burke County almost 40 years ago, and when we started off, we lived here in Morganton for 2 years. So we got off to a good start, but for most of the time we've been here, we've been living in the suburbs down in Valdez. But I see on the program that I'm supposed to give you a regional perspective. I feel like I've always had a pretty pronounced Burke County perspective, all the way from Hildebrand up to Jonas Ridge. Those folks in Jonas Ridge, if you ever have occasion to campaign up there, Bruce, will probably tell you they're glad to know that folks from down here know that they're actually part of the county. They'll be shopping here, I'm sure. The perspective that this development offers is maybe highlighted by something that Mr. Kempis said, that there aren't a lot of things like this going on. And the significant thing that we can all celebrate is that this project basically is like fireworks going off, or the flag going up the flagpole saying Burke County, Morganton has got something happening. You know, I suspect that most of you understand that WRS is not doing this project, and Wal-Mart has not agreed to make the additional investment here just to help us out. They've decided that they can come here and prosper. And that's a message that we can share with a lot of other business and development. As this project comes to fruition, people from all over the county and indeed from down in Rutherford and over in Caldwell, even perhaps, up in the mountains, various places, may seek this as sort of a regional location, and it's going to benefit Burke County and the region to have this project here. But again, I want to say that I would like to join in extending a very hearty welcome to the developers and to all the tenants. I look forward, as long as the voters give me the opportunity, to working with everyone to create the sort of environment that maybe we can all be assembled down the road, as Mel was saying, for an announcement about that retirement project. And maybe before long there'll be other projects. We need those things here in Burke County. My job, I hope, I work at pretty hard, is to try to help create that environment, at least insofar as the state laws, tax laws, regulations are concerned, so that they are appropriate and not unduly burdensome. And so I just want to say welcome to Burke County. Thanks for letting the rest of the state and the region know that this is the place that people can come and invest with confidence.
Thank you, Hugh, and it gives me great pleasure now to introduce our chairman of our county commission, Wayne Abley. Wayne is in his 9th year on the county commission. He has been chairman twice, and he is currently the chairman. Wayne loves Burke County, is a businessman in Burke County, and he feels the good days and he feels the bad days. So I want to introduce you now to Wayne Abley, who'll say a few words.
Good, thank you, Mel. This is a big day in Burke County, and you know we all just got through our budget process, and it's been pretty brutal in Burke County. I know the city's had a tough budget process, the municipalities, and definitely the county. And I think just listening to Mel's figures, I think this might give us the shot in the arm that we need come 2013 when reval turns around, because we know at that time that our industrial side is going to be really down in Burke County, and it's really going to hurt our present tax rates. So. But on behalf of Burke County, the commissioners, the citizens, our county manager, Mel, I just want to thank you all for pursuing this and the diligence that you went through, because after the 181 project fell through, I was sort of worried that we weren't ever going to see Wal-Mart again and whatever. And I just thank Lee, too, for his diligence. But, I mean, you've all really pulled this off, and just thank you so much, and WSR for having faith in our community. And we just thank you so much. You know, for years, the county commission has more or less sponsored the Buy in Burke program, and we tried every which way. I mean, we marched in parades. Our county manager had a silly costume on, and we tried everything to get people to buy in Burke. But the truth is, they're going to go to Hickory, where all the shopping is, and this is going to put a dent in that. I really honestly believe people will come to Burke County to shop. People will come, like they said, from other counties. They'll come to shop here, and I think this really is going to be the thing that brings us together. And like Hugh said, yeah, we still need economic development and everything else, but this is going to start it all. So I just really thank the city. I thank all the people involved, WSR, and just truly thank them for this big day. Thank you.
All right, at this time, Art, Hugh Blackwell, Wayne Abley, Steve Howe from WRS, and Mike Watts, we're going to get a gold shovel and move over here to the sign and turn a few dirt. And I want to thank all of you. Y'all are big supporters of what's going on in our community, and I want you to pass the word on that we're doing well in Morganton and Burke County. Thank you.
Yeah.